Imagine this. You are standing at the edge of your life. Every moment you've ever lived, every regret, every kiss, every lie, every failure is about to be shown to you not as memory, but as prophecy. A demon whispers in your ear, "This life, exactly as you've lived it, you will have to live again. Every pain, every joy, every second, again and again. Infinitely. Would you fall to your knees in despair, or rise with a mad smile, finally ready to affirm your existence? This is Nietzsche's eternal return, not just a philosophical idea, but a psychological bomb, a mirror held up to your soul, a test so brutal it demands either your complete transformation or your complete surrender. Now ask yourself, would you live this life again? Exactly as it is, forever. The myth that confronts your existence, Nietzsche, did not craft the eternal return as a metaphysical belief. It is not about physics, cosmology, or scientific probability. It is a myth, a sacred fiction, forged not to describe reality, but to confront it. He presents it as a hypothetical dagger. If you had to live your life eternally, would you curse it or bless it? This is no longer a question about heaven or hell. There is no afterlife to save you, no final judgment, no do-over. There is only now, over and over. Most people live as if they'll get another chance. Someday they'll be brave, someday they'll leave, someday they'll start. But what if this is the only someday you ever get? What if this moment is your eternity? The myth of eternal return confronts the cowardice of postponement. It corners the soul and asks, have you lived in a way that you could will it forever? Time as a circle, not a line. Our modern minds love the idea of progress. That time is a line, always moving forward, always improving, always evolving. But what if it's a lie? What if time is not a line, but a wheel? In Nietzsche's thought, time turns in on itself. Life does not move toward an end point. It loops, it circles, it returns. In ancient traditions, circular time was sacred. The seasons repeat. The moon waxes and wanes. The serpent bites its own tail, the Ouroboros, symbol of eternity. In eternal return, your life becomes this circle. And here lies the horror. If you are suffering now, you will suffer again. If you are asleep now, you will sleep through eternity. The meaning of your actions magnifies, because they are not one-time events. They echo forever. Amor fati, loving your fate, again and again. How do you survive this terrifying insight? You do not run from it. You love it. That is Nietzsche's answer. Amor fati, the love of fate. Not tolerance, not resignation. Love, radical, defiant love of everything that has happened, is happening, and will happen. Especially the pain, especially the fall. To say yes to your fate is to say yes to life as it is, not as you wish it to be. And if you can love it once, you can love it again and again and again. The eternal return is not a punishment for the damned. It is an invitation to the strong, to the one who can look at their life and say, so be it, I choose it. Let it come again. This is not passivity. This is power, the weight of recurrence, blessing or curse. The eternal return is a burden. It is the heaviest weight imaginable. But Nietzsche believed that only by carrying that weight can a human become something greater. If your life is to be lived forever, then every moment must be lived with sacred intensity. Every choice becomes divine. Every day becomes a temple. Because it is not just a day, it is your day, and it returns. But if your days are empty, if your love is false, if your courage is missing, then the eternal return becomes a curse. You become the ghost in your own loop. So you must ask yourself, not tomorrow, but now, are you living in a way that deserves eternity? Will your choices echo with pride or haunt you with regret? Would you kiss your life if it came back to you forever? This is not philosophy for the faint of heart. This is the abyss looking back. But if you can face it, if you can stand before the idea of eternal return and smile, then you have passed Nietzsche's test. You have not only lived, you have affirmed life itself. Every action echoes forever. Imagine every moment of your life, each word spoken in haste, each silence chosen in fear, every late-night decision, every betrayal, every kindness being replayed eternally like a cosmic film loop. Not just remembered, but relived over and over, with no cut, no fast forward, no deletion. This is the terrifying weight of the eternal return. In Nietzsche's myth, there is no escape from your past, because the past is your future. There is no final redemption through time. You are your choices eternally. This changes everything. It means every small act matters. It means every cowardice is infinite. It means every moment is sacred. When you slam the door in rage, are you willing to do it again forever? When you abandon your dream, will you abandon it eternally? This is not about guilt. This is about consequence. Every action you take is no longer just part of a temporary existence. It becomes part of your eternal script. So now the question becomes, are you writing something worth reliving? Regret, redemption, and repetition. Regret is a modern religion. We worship the idea that someday we will apologize, make amends, undo our failures. But in Nietzsche's eternity, there is no later, no second draft, only the loop. You do not get to redeem yourself in some abstract future. You redeem yourself now by acting with full consciousness of the weight of this moment. True redemption, Nietzsche implies, comes not through suffering, but through willing the repetition of your life. Not avoiding the past, but embracing it so fully that you would gladly live it again and again. This is not about fixing your mistakes. It's about transcending the need to fix. It's about transforming regret into acceptance and acceptance into affirmation. Ask yourself, what would I have to become to say yes to all I've lived? The unbearable lightness of false freedom. In modern life, we speak of freedom as the absence of weight. No obligations, no consequences. Everything is reversible. Swipe left, unfriend, unfollow, leave. But Nietzsche shows us a darker truth. This lightness is unbearable. If nothing truly matters, if everything is temporary and forgettable, then existence itself becomes hollow, drifting, disconnected. Real freedom, paradoxically, comes from weight, from responsibility, from the eternal gravity of our decisions. You are not free when you can escape. You are free when you can say, yes, I would do this again. When your choices are chosen with eternity in mind, they become real. They gain depth, meaning, substance. They are no longer cheap experiments in a disposable world. They are eternal declarations of who you are. So ask yourself, do your choices carry weight, or are they feathered lies in the wind, writing your days as if they were eternal? If the eternal return is true, not cosmologically but psychologically, then life demands something radical from you, artistry. You must become the author of your life, not its spectator, not its critic, not its victim. Write your days with intention, paint your hours with fire. Speak as if your words will echo through the cosmos for eternity, because they will, in the mythic soulscape of Nietzsche's mirror. This is not about perfection, it's about presence, not about control, but creation. Each morning is your blank page, each evening your signature. So live not as if you're rehearsing, but as if you're performing your masterpiece, night after night, on the stage of the eternal. Because here's the truth, you are already doing it. The only question is whether you know it. Procrastination and the lie of someday. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You'll write the book, leave the job, speak your truth, change your life tomorrow. But tomorrow never arrives. It's a ghost, a sedative, a cruel illusion we sell ourselves so we can delay the terror of becoming real. Nietzsche's eternal return shatters this lie. In an infinite loop, there is no tomorrow. There is no fresh start. There is only now, repeated endlessly. The moment you are avoiding becomes the moment you are imprisoned in. That one toxic relationship you stay in. That one dream you keep burying, that one truth you keep denying, what if it follows you forever? What if this version of yourself is the one you must meet again and again, across eternity? Suddenly, Procrastination is no longer benign. It's not harmless laziness, it's spiritual suicide. Nietzsche does not warn us to hurry. He warns us to wake up. The death of postponement. Live as if it returns. Every excuse you make to delay your life assumes there will be more time. But the eternal return makes time a mirror, not a highway. You are not moving forward, you are circling back. So what if you stopped postponing your becoming? What if you stopped waiting for permission, for the perfect moment, for certainty? You have to live today as if it will return, because in Nietzsche's myth, it does. And in that light, every small decision becomes a revolution. Choosing to act becomes an act of defiance against decay. Choosing to love becomes a radical affirmation of chaos. Choosing to live now becomes the gateway to eternity, because if you delay life, you delay it forever. Choosing now with radical courage, there is a kind of courage that no one sees, not heroic, not loud, but quiet and absolute. It is the courage to choose the present fully, without flinching. To choose now over maybe. To choose risk over numbness. To choose self-respect over comfort. This is what Nietzsche demands. Not perfection, not purity, but power. The raw, inner power to stand inside time and say, "This moment is mine. I claim it. I live it. And if it returns, I will not flee." Most people want to escape their past, deny their present and delay their future. But the eternal return forces a new question. What if you had to face this exact moment again, forever? Would you shrink or rise? Because choosing now with radical courage isn't just brave, it's the only way to be truly free. Time as responsibility, not resource. We treat time like money, like something to spend, waste, save, or budget. But time is not a resource. It is a responsibility. Nietzsche's vision doesn't let you treat your hours like disposable wrappers. Each one matters. Each one will revisit you. You are not using time. You are becoming what you do with it. There is no neutral moment, no meaningless day. Every second is an imprint on eternity. So what if you lived as if your minutes were sacred? Not rushed, not hoarded, but honored. Because if you stop measuring time and start revering it, you might just become worthy of it. There is no next life to correct this one. You live as if there will be a second draft, a reincarnation, a backstage after the show where you'll finally get it right. But what if there isn't? What if this is it? Not just once, but forever. Nietzsche's eternal return annihilates all illusions of a redemptive afterlife. There is no cosmic eraser, no divine editor, no next life to make amends. Chase that dream. Become who you truly are. You are left with this life, this raw, flawed, burning thing, and asked, can you affirm it? No escape, no excuses, only the mirror of recurrence, asking, will you own it or flee it? And if you flee, then you will flee again and again, infinitely. Facing your reality with eyes open, most people do not live. They perform, they distract. They sedate themselves with entertainment, noise, ideology, anything to avoid the brutal clarity of being awake. Because waking up hurts. It means seeing your compromises, your cowardice, your silence where there should have been fire. Nietzsche's eternal return is not a metaphor for time. It is a command to look into the abyss of your own existence and ask, have I lived honestly? Have I lived deeply? Have I lived at all? To face your reality with eyes open is not easy, but it is sacred, because only in that terrifying clarity can transformation begin. You are the artist, no excuses. You may say, but I didn't choose this. Your childhood, your pain, your failures, your trauma, maybe not. But now, right now, you choose your relationship to it. And that is everything. You are the artist of your life, whether you like it or not. Even when you're passive, you're painting. Even when you're numb, you're sculpting. So if you're going to live this life again eternally, why not make it art? Why not turn your wounds into symbols, your fears into poetry, your choices into brushstrokes on the canvas of time? There is no one coming to rescue you, but that's not a curse. It's an invitation to create, without permission, without apology, because only those who dare to create their life can learn to love it. Dancing in the fire of your own consequences. You cannot escape the consequences of your choices. Not in Nietzsche's world. If you lie today, you lie forever. If you betray today, that betrayal becomes your eternal echo. But the same is true for courage, for truth, for love. If you choose to act with strength, to speak with fire, to live with integrity, those flames become eternal torches in the loop of your being. You are not just punished by your choices, you are shaped by them. You are crowned or consumed by them. So live in such a way that you can dance in the fire of your consequences, not as victim, but as sovereign, because in the furnace of eternal return, only the real remains. The fake burns. The weak shatter. The true is forged. Embracing the totality of pain and joy you've suffered. You've failed. You've been betrayed. And you've also laughed until your lungs ached. Loved until you dissolved into someone else's presence. Tasted those rare, fleeting moments of real being. Would you say yes to all of it, if it meant saying yes to the worst of it? This is the secret at the core of Nietzsche's eternal return. Not masochism, but wholeness. To affirm life is not to pretend it's beautiful. It's to embrace it because it is tragic, because it is chaotic, because it contains everything, terror and ecstasy, horror and awe, and still from the deepest part of your soul to whisper yes again, becoming worthy of recurrence. Most people recoil from the eternal return because they know the truth. They are not living lives worth repeating. So the question is not, is the eternal return real? The question is, am I living in a way that deserves eternity? This myth demands that you rise, that you evolve, that you take the raw material of your existence, flaws, shame, regrets, mediocrity, and forge something eternal out of it. To become worthy of recurrence is to become worthy of yourself. It means refusing to sleepwalk through your days. It means rejecting comfort for aliveness. It means choosing truth over ease, again and again and again. This is not a life of passive acceptance. It is a life of heroic responsibility, life as sacred repetition. In the end, life is already repetition. You wake, you breathe, you eat, you lose, you try, and then you do it again. The only question is, will you live your repetition unconsciously or sacredly? Nietzsche's eternal return does not offer comfort. It offers sacred pressure. It forces you to confront what you already know deep down, that life will give you no guarantees, no certainty, no final reward. Only this, the chance to live it fully, to own it completely, to repeat it, not with regret, but with reverence. Say yes so powerfully that eternity applauds. You stand at the altar of your existence. The myth of the eternal return burns before you, demanding one answer. Will you say yes? Not a weak yes, not a conditional yes. A thunderous, defiant, unbreakable yes. Yes to your scars, yes to your shadow, yes to your path, yes to your pain, yes to your joy, yes to the whole. And in that yes, if it is full, if it is sacred, eternity ceases to be a curse and becomes your witness. If this myth shook you, if it whispered something ancient into your bones, then you're ready. Not for answers, but for the deeper questions. Subscribe, follow, explore more, because this isn't just a video, it's a door, a mirror, a summons. To stop running, to stop waiting, to live in such a way that even the gods would envy your yes.